This is approximately 40 plus story tall residential tower located right in front of the federal building that I just described in my previous sky tour. And this one caught my attention because of some unusual things I saw on the east side, and I'll talk about it soon. Once I turned to the internet to research this building, it turned out that it's very well described by multiple videos taken by drones. Apparently none of the operators flew where I flew. Those videos were posted by real estate agencies. This building was built 13 or 14 years ago, so it's still relatively new. A single square foot here retails for approximately $300 to $600, give or take. And here we see the top of it, which is kind of interesting. The first thing that caught my attention are those two large cinder blocks sitting there on a ledge, waiting for a gust of wind to drop on somebody's unfortunate head. There is a spalled and chipped concrete that also caught my attention. It's either the testament to previous industrial rope operations on the face of this building, or just the premature rusting of the rebars. The second thing that is obvious on those videos is that those water tables and those screen walls wreak havoc with the roofing. So here we can see the bottom roof level with the protruding floor slab edge with multiple cracks. We can see the screen wall above, formed with structural concrete with openings filled with windows. Windows are mold, which is also a bad sign. They are sitting directly on the floor slab without any whip holes. So there is just a single line of caulking in front of them. All the bad signs. Behind them we can see some rubbish, some vegetation. And below them we can see the penthouse level with its fenestration, and it shows the same issues. There is no whip holes, no elevation of the seal. So this is a window wall, very transparent, so we can anticipate there is not much solar heat gain coefficient protecting against excessive heat gain. Mold glazing indicates cheap fenestration that's very prone to leakage. What you see in the majority of buildings I'm showing you here in Southeast Florida, this is just laminated, non-insulated glass. You can also see that that solid concrete structure protrudes, penetrating what would normally be thermal protection layer. It would create all kinds of cold bridging, condensation and high utility bills in the northern climates. Here in tropical regions it doesn't matter that much, and that's probably why it's so popular. What matters here is that those are water tables that direct water inside the building absent the adequate protection, and the lack of whippage suggests there would be a potential for premature deterioration of the laminate interlayer in the glass. Something very typical for South Florida. That mold fenestration appears to have the fixed unit located in the middle of the structural span, which may be good news because otherwise the sliding glass doors may get stuck, because there wasn't any concern for the structural movement at the head. Here we see multiple cracks and the lack of paint on certain surfaces, indicating there was no concern about curb appeal at the top of the building. And such large screen walls and a large variety of water tables, like I said before, would wreak havoc with the roofing system. We can even see scappers squeezed into those small cavities. We can see some cementitious debris on the top ledge, and we can also see the unpainted areas at the top of that screen wall where the scaffold clamps were installed, along with some chipped concrete and spalling in certain areas. There is what appears to be a single ply bituminous roofing system already remedially coated behind, which suggests that there are already some concerns about the moisture penetrating roofing system. But you can already see by this top view that this is a roofer's nightmare. There are There is a configuration of multiple exposed edges, multiple water tables. All that would need to be adequately protected and flashed in order to keep it dry. I'll show you a couple more buildings like that. Within those screen walls there are those unexplainably narrow cavities that essentially prevent any work, any flashing or waterproofing. I don't want to get too close to this building, but judging even from this perspective, there isn't too many cracks, so it's probably all structural solid cast concrete. Well, thank you for taking this sky tour with me. I am an architect with over a quarter of century of experience in a very narrow field of building enclosures, and also a pilot. Please let me know if you enjoyed this tour. It would motivate me to post more.